जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गंधर्विका गिरिधारी जीव की जय। जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग श्री राधा मदन मोहन पंचतत्त्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय। जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग श्री राधा नयननाथ जीव की जय। जय श्री गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ देव की जय। जय नित्यलीला परिस्तोम विष्णुपाद परमहंस तत्र सचिशिला भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोसाई महाराज की जय। जय नित्यलीला परिस्तोम विष्णुपाद परमहंस तत्र सचिशिला भक्ति दैता माधव गोसाई महाराज की जय। जय नित्यलीला परिस्तोम विष्णुपाद परमहंस तत्र सचिशिला भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। जय परमहंस शिला गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। जय शिला सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। जय वैष्णव सर्वम शिला जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। जय श्री रूपानुग गुरुवर की जय। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वसदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी गो गोवर्धन वृंदावन श्री राधा कुंद श्याम कुंदात्मक श्री ब्रज मंदिर की जय। जय श्री नवदीप धाम की जय। जय श्री पुरुषोत्तम धाम की जय। जय श्री बलदेव सुभद्रा जगन्नाथ श्री सुदर्शन चक्र जीव की जय। जय श्री वृंदा देवी तुलसी देवी की जय। जय सर्व विघ्न विनाशनकारी श्री नृसिंह देव की जय। जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जय समागत भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्रील गदाधर पंडित प्रभु स्वाविर्भाव तिथि पूजा महामहोत्सव की जय। जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि। वंदे हम श्री गुरो श्री जुता पदकमलं श्री गुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्री रूपं सग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। Today is Gadadhar Pandit's appearance day. In Srila Narayan Gosai Maharaj's book, there is one song written by Shivananda Sen about Gadadhar Pandit. So it starts with Jai Jai Gadadhar Pandit Gosai. So I will sing this song. You can find it if you have in your song books or on internet. Jai Jai Gadadhar Pandit Gosai. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Gadadhara Pandita Gosai Jar Kripa Bole Se Chaitanya Gunogai Geno Se Gourango Chandre Jaharo Piriti Gadadhara Prananato Jahe Lage Keti Gauragata Prana Prema Ke Bujite Pare Ketro Basa Krishna Seba Jar Lagi Chare Gadayer Gourango Gourangero Gadadhar Shri Rama Janaki Jena Eko Kole Boro Jeno Eko Prano Radha Brindabana Chandra Teno Gaur Gadadharo Premerota Ranga Kohe Shivananda Pahu Jar Onurage Sham Tanu Gourango Hoya Prema Mage Jayo Jayo Gadadhara Pandita Gosai Jar Kripa Bole Se Chaitanya Guno Gai Jayo Gadadhara Jayo Gadadhara Jayo Gadadhara Jayo Gadadhara Jayo Gadadhara Jayo Gadadhara Gadadhara Jayo Gadadhara Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hari Bol 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 Hari Bol. Today is very auspicious day, appearance day of Gadadhar Pandit. Just now we were singing this song written by Shivananda Sen. It is in pure Bengali, very easy to understand. It means all glories to Sri Gadadhar Pandit. By the strength of his mercy, one can think about Sri Chaitanya's sublime character. His love for the moonlight Gauranga is such that Gauranga is celebrated as Gadadhar Prananath, means the Lord of Gadadhar's life. Who can understand the prema of he whose heart is one with Gauranga, for whom he gave up his kshetra sannyas, and his seva to Tota Gopinath. Gauranga is Gadadhar's and Gadadhar is Gauranga's, just as Sri Rama and Sita Devi are one body. Just as Sri Radha and Sri Vrindavan Chandra are one in heart, waves of prema flow between Gaur and Gadadhar. Shivananda says, it is by his anurag, that is Sri Radha's deep love, that Shyama Tanu, means dark complexioned Krishna, has now become Gauranga and is begging for that prema. So Krishna's own form became golden. Now he became Gauranga and begging for that prema. It is because of that love of Radharani that his complexion is like this in this form. Our Gurudev also wrote his biography. You have to be careful because one is Gadadhar Pandit, another is Gadadhar Das. They are two different personalities. So this Gadadhar Pandit, whom we are celebrating today, is one of Panchatattvas. That Gadadhar Das is not in Panchatattva. He is in Gaur Bhakta Brinda, but not this Gadadhar Pandit. It is in Gaur Ganodesh Deepika by son of Shivananda Sen, that is Kavi Karnapur or Puridas. Shri Radha Prema Rupa Ya Pura Vrindavaneshwari Sa Shri Gadadharo Gaura Ballabha Panditakya Ka Nirnita Shri Swaruper Yo Vraja Lakshmita Yatha Pura Vrindavane Lakshmi Shama Sundara Ballabha Sadhya Gaura Prema Lakshmi Shri Gadadhara Panditaha Radham Anugata Yat Tal Lalitapi Anuradhika Atah Pravishat Eshatam Gaura Chandrodaya Yata. The avatar of love means Shri Radha Prema Rupa. The avatar of love, who was previously the queen of Vrindavan, Radha, is now the beloved of Gaura, named Shri Gadadhar Pandit. Swarup Damodar Goswami himself indicated that Gadadhar was Vraja's goddess of fortune, the Lakshmi who was previously the beloved of Shyama Sundar in Vrindavan. She has today become the goddess of fortune and love for Gaura and is known as Shri Gadadhar Pandit. Lolita, who is also known as Anuradha, is Radha's closest friend and confidant. She has also entered into Gadadhar, as was shown in the play Chaitanya Chandrodaya. This is from Gaur Garnish Deepika. Means Radharani appeared now as Gadadhar Pandit. Gadadhar Pandit Adi Prabhur Nijo Shakti Ta Sabar Charanemor Sahasra Pranati. From Chaitanya Charitamrita means Gadadhar Pandit and others are the Lord's own energies. I pay thousands of obeisances to their feet. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears in 6 features, namely as the 2 types of Guru, Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru, the devotees of the Lord himself, his avatar, his expansion, and his energy. According to the principle of simultaneous oneness and difference, they are all identified with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna, that Panchatatmakam Krishna Rupam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam. Bhakta Avataram Bhakta Kyang Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Panchatattva is composed of 5. Krishna in 5 forms. 1 as a devotee, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Expansion of him. Expansion of devotee is Nityananda Prabhu. Avatar of devotee, that is Advaita Acharya. Then as pure devotee, Srivas and others. And as potency of devotee, means of Krishna, that is Radharani, or internal potency, Antaranga Shakti, that is Gadadhar Pandit. She who was Radha in Krishna's pastimes became Shri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami in Gaur Lila. When Gaur manifests his identity with Narayan, his Shaktis are his wives Lakshmi Priya and Vishnu Priya. When identifying with Krishna, his Shakti is Shri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami in Navadip. These 5 features of, Panchatatatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Avataram Bhakta Kyang Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. I offer my obeisances to Krishna, who appears in 5 features, as a devotee, as the expansion of a devotee, as an avatar of a devotee, as the pure devotee, and as the energy of devotee. Devotee here means Mahaprabhu. Krishna in the form of devotee, Bhakta Rupa. These 5 features all appeared with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his avatar, and in their association he joyfully performed the congregational chanting of the holy names. Though he appears in these 5 forms, there is in fact no difference between them. The distinctions arise due to his desire to relish different devotional flavors. They are all transcendental. There is no difference, but there is difference because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda and Advaita belong to the Vishnu Tattva, Shaktiman Tattva, possessor of potency Tattva, and Srivas and Gadadhar, they are Shaktis. But they are non-different because they are all transcendental and inseparable from each other. Shri Gaurango, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit and Srivas Pandit, etc. make up the Pancha Tattva, and there is spiritually no difference between them. The Supreme Truth has unlimited pastimes in order to relish the different tastes of a transcendental relationship, and thus he, means Krishna, separates into these 5 forms as the form of devotee, the expansion of devotee, the avatar of devotee, the energy of devotee, and the pure devotee. Jai Jai Nityananda Gadadharer Jivon, Jai Jai Advaitadi Bhaktero Sharan. All glories to the life of Nityananda Prabhu and Gadadhar. All glories to the shelter of all the devotees headed by Advaita. This is from Chaitanya Bhagavat. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur comments on words, the life of Gadadhar, as follows. Srila Gadadhar Pandit Goswami is chief amongst the most intimate devotees of Sri Chaitanya. He is the fountainhead of the entire Shakti Tattva and is thus present equally in Mahaprabhu's Leelas in Navadip and in Nilachal, that is Puri. His childhood home was in Navadip. Later he took Kshetra Sannyas in Jagannath Puri and lived in a garden or tota by the seashore. In Mayapur Dham, if you go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's house, then you go little more north, there you will find Srivas Thakur's house. And little more north if you go, you will find Advaita Acharya's house, and on the right side of Advaita Acharya's house, you will find Gadadhar Pandit's house, Gadadhar Angan. Pure devotees, and if you go to Puri, there you can find that Tota Gopinath temple. That Gopinath is sitting down. Pure devotees who wish to enter into the Madhur Ras of Sri Radha Govinda take shelter of Gadadhar Pandit, and only then they will come to be known as Gaurango Mahaprabhu's intimate devotees. Those devotees who are not so inclined to the Madhuras take shelter of Nityananda Prabhu and engage in pure devotional service in those other 4 rasas. Some of Mahaprabhu's devotees, such as Narahari, were followers of Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami. They took refuge in him because they knew him to be Mahaprabhu's dearest associate. Some devotees therefore call Chaitanya the life of Nityananda Prabhu, while others called him the life of Gadadhar. One is Archan Mark, another is Bhajan Mark. worshipping in awe and reverence, then Gaur, Vishnu Priya, Lakshmi Priya. But in bhajan, that is Gaur Gadadhar in Maduras, because our Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote that song we are singing, Bhale Gora Gadadharer Aroti Nehari, Nodia Puraba Bhabe Jau Bolihari. Kalpataru Tale Ratna Singhasana Pori, Sobu Soki Beshtito Kishora Kishori. Means Gaur Gadadhar, they are Kishore Kishori, means Radha Krishna in their previous lila. Bhaktivinoda Thakur saw, and their arati, how Lalita is doing, everything. You will find Gaur Gadadhar Ditis in Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Swananda Sukada Kunja Bhajan Kutir. But recently I came to know those who are now there in Swananda Sukada Kunja, where there is Pushpa Samadhi of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they are installed by Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, later on. Because when Bhaktivinoda Thakur was doing bhajan in Swananda Sukada Kunja, that was only that one building where his bhajan kutir is there, and also Prabhupada. This Samadhi building came later, after Bhaktivinoda Thakur's disappearance, so there they installed. But the original Gaur Gadadhar Ditis, they are smaller in size. They are in his birthplace, in Bilanagar, Bir Nagar, Ulagram. There also I send video from there. So if you watch, there you will see original Gaur Gadadhar Ditis of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And you will find also in Navadip Dham, on the other side of Ganga, Champahati village. There is the temple of Gaur Gadadhar established by Baninath, Dvija Baninath. He is a personal associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He started that worship. Later on, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he got that temple. So now it is under the management of one branch of Chaitanya Math, you can say, that Bhakti Bhushan Bhagavat Goswami Maharaj, he became Acharya, so he took that seva of Gaur Gadadhar. And last year I was there on today's day, appearance day of Gadadhar. There is big festival there, all Vaishnavas are coming and they are singing the glories of Gadadhar Pandit. And there are big deities there, Gaur Gadadhar. And during Navadip Dham Parikrama, every time we have to go there. So that is Radha Madhava. In Gauriya Math, originally, this is sung like Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Panchatattva, then Bhale Gora Gadadharer Arati Nehari, Nodia Purava Bhabe Jau Bolihari. This song. But Srila Bhaktivedanta Puri Goswami Maharaj added one song. It is written by Shamananda Prabhu. That Mangala Arati Gaura Kishora, that one, that is added. This is not same song. This is same song, but it is not. This Mangala Arati Kohe Dino Krishna Dasa, how it comes. This is one song. Then next song comes, Bhale Gauragada. This is by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that is by Shamananda Prabhu. There is nothing wrong. Shamananda Prabhu is pure devotee, that arati, but that was added by Srila Bhaktivedanta Puri Maharaj in his mat. In original Gauriya mat, Bhale Gauragada starts. Gadadhar Pandit appeared in the village of Beleti Gram in the Chittagong district of modern Bangladesh in 1487 on the dark moon day of the month of Vaishak today. His father was Madhava Mishra, Avarendra Brahman in the Kashyapa Gotra, and his mother was Ratnavati Devi. He also had a younger brother named Baninath. The family lived in Beletigram until Gadadhar was 12 and then moved to Navadip. Gadadhar Pandit was a brahmachari for his entire life. Indeed, his indifference to the pleasures of the world was such that Ishwar Puripat was very impressed when he visited Navadip. Ishwar Puri gave Gadadhar Pandit instruction in a book he had himself written, Krishna Lilamrita. While Mahaprabhu was delighting in his pastimes as a student, there was no scholar in the town of Navadip who was unafraid of entering into debate with him. Mahaprabhu would defeat one's position and then show how the same position could be defended. Mukunda Datta, Srivas Pandit and others who knew the joys of devotional sentiment were afraid of getting involved in such useless debates with Nimai Pandit, and so they would avoid him. One day, Nimai Pandit saw Gadadhar Pandit and asked him to give the definition of liberation. Gadadhar Pandit answered according to the Nyaya school that liberation consisted in the final eradication of all miseries. Atyantika dukkha nivriti, full liberation from all misery. That is definition. Nimai Pandit then proceeded to show how this definition was inadequate. The other devotees who were listening to him speak thought how wonderful it would be if such a brilliant scholar would only become a devotee. Because in Bhagavatam you will find definition of liberation, mukti, as swarupasta vyavastite, means when you are situated in your swarup, eternal spiritual form, in the service of Krishna. That is actually liberation. Not only removal of material miseries by merging into Brahman, but actual liberation is that, service of Krishna. When Mahaprabhu returned from Goya, he began to reveal the transformations of divine love that amazed the devotees. Sriman Pandit was the first to see Mahaprabhu's ecstatic symptoms, and he reported what he had seen to all other devotees who were overjoyed at the news. Mahaprabhu took Diksha from Ishwar Puripat, 10-syllable mantra. And because he showed the pastime of if someone has no aparat, then immediately after Diksha, he had love of Krishna and he showed ecstatical symptoms. Even he got darshan of Krishna. In Jaiva Dharma also they got darshan of Gaur Nityananda, those two, Brajanath and Vijay Kumar. That is special case if there is no offense. But generally it takes some time to come to the level of ecstatic love. So he showed ecstatic symptoms, but it is same for all. If you don't have any offenses, then immediately you can get bhav. When Mahaprabhu decided to reveal his true identity to the devotees, he told them to come to the house of Shuklambar Brahmachari. Gadadhar Pandit was amongst those who went there, but remained discreet about his presence. When he saw Mahaprabhu become intoxicated with the power of the holy names, Gadadhar Pandit fainted. Mahaprabhu then said to him, Gadadhar, you have such a good fortune. From your early childhood, your mind has been fixed on Krishna's lotus feet. Meanwhile, I have been wasting my life in useless activities. Despite obtaining the great treasure of a human birth, by my misfortune I was able to make no use of it. Without devotion, yesterday we were hearing from Bhagavatam, without devotion everything is useless, even transcendental activities, spiritual practice, all useless without devotion. So we have to do all devotional forms with intention to satisfy Krishna. That is devotion. So Mahaprabhu understood, I wasted my life. I was not devoted to Krishna. Because now he was tasting the nectar of Krishna's service. So he understood that is all useless. There is nothing without devotion to Krishna. Subsequently, Gadadhar Pandit would calm Mahaprabhu whenever he was overly affected by his ecstasies. One day, Gadadhar Pandit said to Mahaprabhu, "Your Lord Krishna is hidden in your heart." As soon as he heard this, Mahaprabhu began to claw at his chest, but Gadadhar Pandit stopped him from doing so. When Sachi saw how clever Gadadhar Pandit was in handling her son, she asked him to always stay near Nimai to protect him. Gadadhar, because Mahaprabhu was crying so much for Krishna, then Gadadhar said, "Krishna is in your heart." Then Mahaprabhu, in that ecstasy, he started to open his chest. Then Gadadhar stopped him. "Be patient, you will get Krishna, be patient." Then Sachi Mata said this. You will find in Chaitanya Bhagavat. Once Mahaprabhu suddenly started calling out the name of his dear associate Pundarik Vidyanidhi, saying, "Pundarik, my father," and crying. None of the devotees who were present knew Pundarik Vidyanidhi, who was formerly Radharani's father, Brishabhanu, and were thus unable to understand what the Lord meant. When they asked him, he glorified Pundarik Vidyanidhi and told them that he would shortly be coming to Navadip, Mayapur. However, when Pundarik Vidyanidhi arrived in Navadip, no one recognized him because he disguised himself as a great sense enjoyer in order to mask his profound devotional feeling. So then the crowd will not come, and to hide his devotional feeling. We want to boast our show off for name and fame, our devotion, but real devotees, they never do this, because they are not after name and fame. They only want to serve Krishna, and also in a peaceful environment, without any external obstacle, those crowd and people coming, you please bless me, like this. Then there is no peace of bhajan. Mukunda Datta and Vasudev Datta were former residents of Chittagong and knew Pundarik Vidyanidhi very well. One day Mukunda Datta told Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami that he wanted to introduce him to a very advanced Vaishnava and took him to Pundarik Vidyanidhi's house. Mukunda introduced the two of them, and Vidyanidhi happily engaged Gadadhar Pandit in conversation. Gadadhar Pandit, however, who had been indifferent to sensual pleasures since he was very young, why? Because he was devotee, could not help doubting Pundarik Vidyanidhi when he saw the expensive furnishings by which he was surrounded, from the fine silk sheets as white as milk foam, to the perfumes in the air, to the betel he was chewing. Mukunda saw the doubt written on Gadadhar Pandit's face and decided to reveal Pundarik Vidyanidhi's true devotional nature to him. He recited the following two verses in glorification of Krishna from Srimad Bhagavatam. Aho Bhakyam Stana Kalakutam Jigam Sa Yapayayat Apyasadvi Lebegatim Dhatri Uchitam Tatonyam Kam Vadayalum Sharanam Brajema. How truly amazing! The sister of Bakasur, the evil Putana, was sent on a mission to kill Krishna. Despite her evil intentions, he drank the Kalakuta poison that was mixed with her breast milk and awarded her the position of a wet nurse, similar like Ambika and Kilimbika in Golok Vrindavan. We heard Kilimbika is Narayani Devi and Ambika is Srivasa's wife, Malini. Is there anyone else I can take shelter of who is more merciful than this Krishna? This is one verse. Another is Putana Loka Balagni Rakshasi Rudirashana Jigam Sa Yapi Hare Stanam Datva Pasadgatim. Putana was always hankering for the blood of human children, and with that desire she came to kill Krishna. But because she offered her breast to the Lord, she attained the greatest achievement. Srimad Bhagavatam. The instant that Pundarik Vidyanidhi heard these verses, he began to cry, Ha Krishna, and fell to the ground in a faint. Extraordinary ecstatic symptoms began to show on his body. Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami was amazed to see this reaction and began to regret the offensive thoughts he had been having just moments before. Later, Mahaprabhu advised Gadadhar Pandit that the best way to become free of this offense was to ask Pundarik Vidyanidhi for initiation. So this is how Gadadhar Pandit became his disciple. He was showing by his pastime that we cannot recognize Vaishnava externally, or should not judge Vaishnava externally. He is Radharani, he cannot do any offense, but in order to give us teaching, he played such pastime. And also that if you commit offense, then you have to surrender to him and please him, serve him, to that Vaishnava. Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami was Mahaprabhu's constant companion. He participated in Mahaprabhu's water sports after the conversion of Jagai and Madai. He acted in the play about Krishna Lila in Chandrasekhar's house. He observed the great Epiphany, Mahaprakash in Srivas Angan. He was there when the Kazi was converted and when Mahaprabhu took sannyas. He accompanied Mahaprabhu to Puri, where he joined him in cleaning the Gundicha temple and then bathing in Narendra Sarovar, and in so many other pastimes. At Chandrasekharacharya's house, in the first act of the play about Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan that Mahaprabhu staged, Haridas Thakur played the part of the village constable, that is policeman. Srivas Pandit played Narada Muni and Mahaprabhu played Rukmini. In the second act, Gadadhar Pandit also dressed as a woman, at which time Mahaprabhu said, Gadadhar is a part of my Vaikuntha family. Afterward, Mahaprabhu dressed as the primal energy and gave joy to everyone in the form of the Mother of the Universe. The devotees too glorified him with hymns addressed to the Divine Mother. Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami went to live in Puri as a Kshetra sannyasi, because when he heard that mother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested him to stay at Puri. Then Mahaprabhu agreed, yes, I will stay in Puri. Then immediately Gadadhar Pandit, in order to stay always at Mahaprabhu, that no one can take him to some other place, he took Kshetra Sannyas for that purpose. Mahaprabhu gave him the service of the Tota Gopinath deity and told him to live in the Yameshwar Tota, or garden adjoining the Yameshwar Shiva temple. On one occasion, when Gadadhar Pandit heard that Nityananda Prabhu had come to Puri, he invited him to come and take Tota Gopinath's prasad. Nityananda Prabhu accepted his invitation and brought some fine rice from Bengal as an offering for Gopinath. Gadadhar Pandit cooked the rice along with leaves and vegetables from the Yameshwar garden. When he was offering the foodstuffs to the deity, Mahaprabhu also appeared there, giving him great pleasure. The three of them joyfully took prasad together. This from Chaitanya Bhagavat. So all three came there. Gadadhar is Radharani, Krishna is Mahaprabhu, and Nityananda Prabhu, Baladev, all were there. That is why that is holy. And Gopinath is there, Krishna, deity. When Mahaprabhu, our Parangurudev, took sannyas in Tota Gopinath, in Puri. When Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Vrindavan, Ramananda Rai and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya used all the means at their disposal to make him stay in Puri. On the third Chaturmasya after his departure from Navadip, all the Bengali devotees came to Puri with their wives to see him. After the Gundicha temple cleansing and the Ratha Yatra, the devotees returned home. As they were leaving, the devotees from Kulin village asked Mahaprabhu to describe the characteristics of a devotee. Mahaprabhu then described the differences between a Vaishnava, a more advanced Vaishnava, and the most advanced Vaishnava. Mahaprabhu told, Vaishnava is one who chants Krishna's name with faith, means with relation, with Sambandha Gyan. He is a Vaishnava, Kanishta Vaishnava. And more advanced Vaishnava is one who is constantly chanting Harinam. He realized his eternal relation with Krishna, so he is chanting constantly. And most advanced Vaishnava is one when you come near him, in his presence, or if he goes somewhere, then others will automatically be inspired to chant Harinam. That is topmost Vaishnava. When Mahaprabhu showed even more determination to go to Vrindavan, the devotees finally gave him permission to leave after Vijaya Dashami. King Prataparudra gave a great deal of official help to smooth his journey. When Mahaprabhu crossed the Chitrotpala river to leave Puri, Rai Ramananda, Mangalaraj, and Hari Chandan continued on in his company. Because of his Kshetra Sannyas, Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami was not permitted to go any further. He was unable to tolerate the idea of separation from the Lord, however, and wanted to continue on with him. Mahaprabhu had to remind him of his vow to remain in Jagannath Puri and forbade him to go onward to Braja. Gadadhar Pandit retorted, "To hell with my vows to remain in Puri. As far as I am concerned, Jagannath Puri is wherever you are." Mahaprabhu insisted and told Gadadhar Pandit not to abandon his service to Gopinath. Gadadhar Pandit stubbornly argued, just seeing your lotus feet is worth 10 million times more than any service to Gopinath. Koti, 1 koti is 10 million. When Mahaprabhu said, if you abandon your duties to Gopinath, then it will be considered my fault. Gadadhar said, no, I will take all the responsibility for any offense for abandoning the service to Gopinath and for breaking the vow of Kshetra Sannyas. I will be going alone without disturbing you. I am going to Bengal to see Sachi Mata. Other than Mahaprabhu's intimate associates, no one will be able to understand the extent of Gadadhar Prabhu's devotion to Gauranga. Love on the path of spontaneous devotion, or raga marg, is not easy to comprehend. Gadadhar Pandit was ready to abandon his vows, his service, everything for the sake of Mahaprabhu. Like Radharani, she also gives up everything. What society will say, what scriptures say, because in the middle of night, going to Krishna and leaving everything behind, so breaking all the Vaidhi rules, all the rules of scriptures and society, everything, but for the service of Krishna, that is Raga Marg. Attachment. When Mahaprabhu's party arrived at Kotok, 100 kilometers north of Puri, Mahaprabhu called Gadadhar Pandit and said, you have realized your objective to break your vows and leave your service, because that is all in Vaidhi platform. So he broke. If you have realized, so if you come with me, that will make you happy. But do you want your own happiness or mine? It will make me unhappy if your vows to remain in Puri and to serve Gopinath are broken. If you want my happiness, return to Puri. That is all I have to say. When he heard Mahaprabhu's words, Gadadhar Pandit fell to the ground and fainted. By the order of Mahaprabhu, Sarvam Bhattacharya comforted Gadadhar Pandit and accompanied him back to Puri. That is the underlying principle of Gadadhar. He only wants to satisfy Mahaprabhu. Like Radharani only wants to satisfy Krishna. And as we heard, Radharani is thinking, if Krishna wants to give me suffering, that will be my highest happiness. Why? Because I only want his happiness. I have no any other target. So, if he is pleased to give me suffering, then that will be my highest happiness, because I know he will be happy by that. So, here also Gadadhar, he wanted for the service of Mahaprabhu. And he succeeded in breaking that Vaidhi. Then Mahaprabhu said, yes, okay, you broke already, but now I'm telling, it will make me unhappy. So if you want my happiness, then you return. Then Gadadhar Pandit fainted. But he never went against that, because that is his target, to satisfy Mahaprabhu. Due to her submissiveness and simplicity, Krishna's wife Rukmini was not always able to understand his joking words and would become frightened. Like her, Gadadhar Pandit was also unable to always understand Mahaprabhu's witticism or his feigned, means pretending, indifference or fake indifference, all of which would cause him anxiety. Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami was by nature simple and pleasant. On one occasion, when Ballabha Bhatta came to see Mahaprabhu, he saw that Ballabha Bhatta was proud of his scholarship and ridiculed him. Mahaprabhu pointed out flaws in his philosophical understanding and ignored him. Ballabha Bhatta responded to Mahaprabhu's indifference by starting to visit Gadadhar Pandit and making a show of attachment to him. Mahaprabhu did not particularly like Gadadhar Pandit's relation with Ballabha Bhatta and began to demonstrate a certain coolness toward him also, means toward Gadadhar, because Ballabha Bhatta is going there. This behavior made Gadadhar Pandit fear that Mahaprabhu would ostracize him, means reject him from his association. And so he came and fell at the Lord's feet and started to cry. Mahaprabhu laughed and embraced Gadadhar Pandit. He said, "I wanted to tease you, but you were not flustered. You said nothing in anger, but patiently bore everything. Your mind was not agitated by my tricks. By remaining fixed in your simple nature, you have purchased me." No one can fully describe the nature of Gadadhar Pandit's ecstatic love. Mahaprabhu has thus been given the name Gadadhar Prananath, Gadadhar's life and soul. No one can describe the Lord's mercy towards Gadadhar Pandit. Thus people sing their names together, Gadai Gaurango. This is in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Gadai Gaurango. Like Nitai Gaurango, Gadai Gaurango. Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami remained on this earth only 11 months after Mahaprabhu's disappearance. Here also it is not mentioned, but it is in Chaitanya Bhagavat, our Gurudev told in that book, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from the lotus mouth of Gadadhar Pandit Goswami. He was doing Srimad Bhagavatam Katha in Tota Gopinath. So there Mahaprabhu used to go and requested Gadadhar Pandit to tell him about Dhruva's biography and also Prahlad's biography. And again wanted to hear from Gadadhar Pandit. Sometimes in Narendra Sarovar also, when that Chandan Yatra, then they were there, so their Bhagavatam class was there also. And another Leela also is mentioned in Pundarik Vidyanidhi's chapter here. Gadadhar Pandit became Guru, and he showed the pastime that if Guru makes a mistake, he gives mantra to someone who has no faith. As I told yesterday, like you give Harinam to someone who has no faith, or this Diksha mantra, Krishna mantra, then that will be offense. So Gadadhar Pandit, though he is Radharani and he cannot commit any offense, but he played such pastime to teach us. So he did this. Then he felt that now he is not getting connection with mantra anymore, and those blissful feelings he is not getting anymore by repeating that mantra. Then he understood, I committed aparat. So he came to Mahaprabhu and told him, you will have to give me mantra again because I did this mistake. I'm sorry, but I'm not feeling any connection. So you give me mantra again. Here again we have evidence of what I was telling few days before. It is not that just any mantra received from anyone that will be automatically fruitful. Already we heard that verse from Padma Puran. If you don't accept mantra from bona fide preceptorial channel, Guru Parampara, then that will be fruitless. Though you can see that mantra on paper and everything, but you have to receive from bona fide Guru. And bona fide Guru means Shrotriya Brahmanishta. He must have realization. And otherwise it will be dead mantra. It will be fruitless. So here also Gadadhar Pandit showed this. He still knows that mantra, he remembered, or even you may have it written on paper, but that mantra will not work because you are not inclined to serve, you are committing offense. So if Guru is not pure devotee, then he cannot give proper mantra, though he may pronounce proper mantra or write proper mantra, but there will be no Supreme Lord there. That will be like lifeless seed, our Gurudev told. If you have mustard seed and if you burn it before in fire, then you can put so many those seeds in the ground, but nothing will grow. So like that with lifeless seed or dead mantra or fruitless mantra, that will not work. But nowadays some have this conception, no problem. Anyhow, mantra is okay, so any preceptorial channel, no problem, that mantra. But they cannot get real devotion. That is the problem. So he showed this pastime. Then Mahaprabhu said, no, that is okay. You have to get your mantra again. That is true. But Diksha Guru can be only one. So you will have to take it again from your Diksha Guru. That is Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Then Gadadhar said, okay, but he is not here in Puri. So better you give me. Then Mahaprabhu said, no, you have to wait for him. Only if Gurudev already disappeared, then one who is appointed to give mantra, you can get from him in case such offense happens. So then Mahaprabhu told him, you have to wait. Then Gadadhar Pandit was waiting. Then when Pundarik Vidyanidhi came to Puri, then Gadadhar Pandit surrendered to him and begged for forgiveness. I committed this offense and you please forgive me, you give me mantra again. Then Pundarik gave mantra again. So this is also example they are showing us, that it is not that just anyone can be Guru and that just anyone can give proper mantra, or that if you got mantra that now you have it. No, you can lose it. Because mantra is person, has will. Mantra is not different from deity of Krishna. So if you commit offense, then Krishna will withdraw his mercy. You will find in Madhurja Kadambini of Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, he said, Harinam is all powerful. There is no doubt. And all merciful and everything. But if someone commits offenses, then he will not get mercy of Harinam, that will be withdrawn. Like he gave example, if someone is working in some grocery shop, some shop, then he's doing his job, then he's getting paid. But if he starts doing some nonsense and that boss is displeased, then he will withdraw that money. He will not give him salary. He will not give him. That does not mean that he does not have money. Boss, he has, but he's not giving to him because he's not doing proper job. But if that worker then realizes his mistake and again starts doing proper job, then gradually that boss will again pay him. Like that, Vishnu Chakra Thakur explained that Harinam is all powerful, all merciful, everything, and all what is written in Shastra that can do Harinam, everything is correct. But this will not be in effect because Harinam is conscious person, he has a will. It is not that anyone can say Harinam. You can say, but that will be only alphabet, sound, external sound, not Harinam. Jagadananda Pandit told that in association of non-devotees, that only Namakshar will come out, that alphabet will come out, but not Harinam. So Vishnu Chakra Thakur is saying Harinam is all powerful, that is no doubt. But he will not give his mercy, he will withdraw his mercy from a person who commits offense to Harinam. But if he will repent, regret, and become inclined to serve, then Harinam will again give him his mercy. So it is not that you got Harinam, you got mantra, and now you can do whatever you like. And now you have it on paper, you have it, you heard it, you remembered, so now everything is okay. That is not like that. If you commit offense or if you don't do according to Guru's instruction, then you will lose it. Though you have it on paper, you have it in your mind, but the effect will not be there. Because that is superior sound than you. Has will. You will not have. So we have to be careful. It is not a joke. That is why they are telling you should not use Harinam for like doing sins and then okay, I will chant Harinam and I will clear sins. No, it's not for that or for any other purpose. And if Guru, what to speak of disciple? If disciple commits offenses, he will lose. His devotion will be covered. What to speak of disciple? Guru will lose connection if he commits offense. This is Gadadhar Pandit, he showed. It is not a joke. And therefore there may be some dried up paramparas also, if the real devotion is not there. It is written in Chaitanya Charitamrita that can dry up branch. There is no fruit of love of Godhead there in that branch because it is dried up. So it is not that you just show family connection or mantra, that list, that now automatically that is bona fide. No, it may not. It may be, it may not be. It depends on whether there is spiritual current there or how much it is also. Gadadhar Pandit said, I am not getting connection with mantra, I am not getting bliss. So how he can give bliss to others? Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami remained on this earth only 11 months after Mahaprabhu's disappearance. In Bhakti Ratnakar, Narahari Chakravarti has described the terrible suffering of Gadadhar Pandit in Mahaprabhu's separation. He remained alive only in order to be able to see Srinivas Acharya. As he repeated the name of Gaura Sundar with his eyes closed, he sighs, means breathing, deep breathing, sighs, ha, ha Gauranga, ha Gauranga, ha. This is sighs. His sighs were as hot as flames, as fire, hot. In separation grief. No one but the Lord can know how Gadadhar Pandit suffered in his absence. Outwardly we see suffering, but internally is bliss because it is separation from Krishna, from Gauranga. His motionless body remained alive only so that he could bestow his mercy on Srinivas Acharya. when Srinivasacharya came to Puri, because he got dream, Mahaprabhu already disappeared. So he got dream, now you go to Puri and you have to learn Bhagavatam from Gadadhar Pandit Goswami. So he came and he went to Gadadhar Pandit Goswami, and Gadadhar blessed him. And he said, but I cannot teach you Bhagavatam because my Bhagavatam is, letters are not distinct, because so much crying that tears already removed the letters. So you have to bring new Bhagavatam. But he blessed him. Then when he came back, already Gadadhar Pandit also disappeared. But our Srila Bhakti Rakshidhar Dev Goswami Maharaj explained that because the will of Mahaprabhu was there and the will of Gadadhar was there, anyhow Srinivasacharya became topmost Bhagavat speaker. As you know, later he went to he got blessing of Mahaprabhu and Gadadhar. Then when he went to Vrindavan, there he was studying under Jiva Goswami. And then when he was going back to Bengal with all the scriptures, everything, then he started Bhagavatam class there in that king's place, and then further. Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami disappeared at Puri on the dark moon day of Jyeshta in 1535. That is the same day as our Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur also disappeared, same day. So today is Gadadhar Pandit Prabhu's appearance day. I am remembering his deity forum in Champahati, also in Swananda Sukada Kunja, also in Bir Nagar, birthplace of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and also in Gadadhar Angan in Mayapur, there near Advaita Acharya's house. There also Gaur Gadadhar deities are there. So, and also in our mat, Panchatattva deity is there. He is on right side near Mahaprabhu. From our side, seeing on right side, but from Mahaprabhu's side is on left, like Radharani, Krishna and Radharani. So I'm bowing down to his lotus feet and praying for his causeless mercy for the service of his lotus feet and the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all his associates. Jai Shri Gadadhar Pandit Prabhu ki Jai. Gaura Shakti Gadadharer Jai Dao Jai Dao. Our Gurudev was singing. Gaura Shakti Gadadharer. Let there be victory of Gadadhar Pandit, who is Gaurango Shakti or Nijo Shakti, his own potency, means internal potency. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Gadai Gaurango, 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 Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gaurango Gandharvika Giridhari Ji ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gaurango Shri Radha Madan Mohan Panchatatatmak Shri Gaura Hari ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gaurango Shri Radha Nayananath Ji ki Jai. Jai Shri Gaura Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai. Jai Shri Jagannath Dev ki Jai. Jai Patit Pavan Shila Gurudev ki Jai. Jai Shila Parang Gurudev ki Jai. Jai Shila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Shri Rupanuga Guruvar ki Jai. Jai Shri Panchatattva Prabhu ki Jai. Jai Shri Brinda Devi Tulsi Devi ki Jai. Jai Sarva Vigna Vinashanakari Shri Nrishingadev ki Jai. Jai Shri Gadai Gaurango ki Jai. Jai Shri Gaur Gadadhar Prabhu ki Jai. Jai Shishila Gadadhar Pandit Prabhu Swavirvav Titi Puja Mahamahotsav ki Jai. Jai Ananta Kuti Vaishnav Brinda ki Jai. Jai Samagatam Bhakta Brinda ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Gaur Pramanande Hari Bol. This in our calendar Baliati festival, that is one Gauriya Mat established by Prabhupada in Baliati village. There also he installed Gaur Gadadhar deities. Thank you all. Dandavat Pranam. Hari Bol.